A nation's cry. Protests erupt across Nigeria. Nigeria, a nation brimming with potential, finds itself at a crossroads. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the quiet corners of rural villages, a wave of protests has erupted. Nigerians, young and old, have taken to the streets, their voices echoing with frustration and a yearning for change. The catalyst for these demonstrations is clear. Economic hardship has gripped the nation. The cost of living has skyrocketed, leaving many struggling to afford basic necessities. Food prices have soared, fuel is scarce, and the value of the naira continues to plummet. But beneath the surface of these economic woes lies a deeper discontent. Corruption, like a venomous serpent, has woven its way into the fabric of society. It has eroded trust in institutions and left many feeling powerless and unheard.
The economic realities facing ordinary Nigerians are stark. Inflation has reached a fever pitch, eroding the purchasing power of hard-earned incomes. Families who once enjoyed a modest but comfortable life now find themselves struggling to put food on the table. The unemployment rate, particularly among young people, is staggering. Graduates with dreams of building a better future find themselves trapped in a cycle of despair, their skills and talents wasted. The promise of a brighter tomorrow feels like a distant dream. The scarcity of essential commodities, such as fuel and electricity, has further compounded the economic hardship. Long queues at petrol stations have become a common sight, a stark reminder of the government's failure to provide basic services. Businesses are struggling to operate, and the dreams of entrepreneurs are being crushed under the weight of economic instability.
At the forefront of these protests is Nigeria's youth, a generation born into a world of immense promise but confronted by a harsh reality. They are tech-savvy, connected, and acutely aware of the opportunities that exist beyond their borders. But they are also deeply patriotic, yearning for a Nigeria that lives up to its potential. They demand better governance, an end to endemic corruption, and a government that prioritizes their needs and aspirations. The brutal reality of police brutality has also fueled the anger and frustration of young Nigerians. The Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS, a unit notorious for its human rights abuses, has become a symbol of the impunity and oppression that many face. Despite promises of reform, the culture of brutality persists, leaving young people feeling vulnerable and targeted.
The government's response promises and skepticism. Faced with this unprecedented wave of protests, the Nigerian government has responded with a mixture of concessions and crackdowns. Promises of economic reforms and investigations into police brutality have been met with skepticism by a populace weary of empty rhetoric. The government's decision to disband SARS, while welcomed, has done little to address the underlying issues of police brutality and a lack of accountability. The newly formed tactical units, tasked with replacing SARS, have already been accused of similar abuses, leaving many wondering if anything has truly changed. The government's attempts to quell the protests through force have only served to inflame tensions. The use of live ammunition against peaceful demonstrators, as witnessed in the Lekki tollgate massacre, was a shocking display of brutality and a stark reminder of the government's willingness to silence dissent.
The power of the ballot, upcoming elections offer a glimmer of hope. Amidst the turmoil and uncertainty, the upcoming elections offer a glimmer of hope for Nigeria. The power to enact real and lasting change rests in the hands of the people. It is a chance to break free from the shackles of corruption, ineptitude, and indifference that have held the nation back for far too long. Registering to vote is not merely a civic duty, but an act of defiance. It is a declaration that the voices of the people will no longer be silenced. It is a commitment to building a Nigeria where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. The choice before Nigerians is clear: to continue down the path of mediocrity and despair, or to seize this opportunity for a brighter future. The ballot box is the most powerful tool for change, and it is time for the people of Nigeria to wield it with wisdom, courage, and an unwavering belief in the possibility of a better tomorrow.
A call to action, uniting for a brighter Nigeria. The challenges facing Nigeria are immense, but they are not insurmountable. Overcoming these hurdles will require a collective effort, a shared vision for a more just and prosperous nation. It is time for Nigerians from all walks of life to unite and demand better from their leaders. Let the protests serve as a wake-up call, a reminder that the power to shape the destiny of Nigeria rests in the hands of its people. Let us channel our anger and frustration into constructive action, into building a nation where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. The journey ahead will not be easy. There will be obstacles and setbacks. But let us never lose sight of the dream of a Nigeria where poverty is eradicated, where every child has access to quality education, and where the rule of law prevails. Let us, together, build a Nigeria we can all be proud to call home.